Hello, everybody. It's me, Ross, and welcome back to another edition of Meet the Opposition. Today, I'm joined by Martin, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself, my friend, ahead of Town's game against Wigan at Portman Road on Tuesday night. Where are you coming from? And thanks for joining me, my friend.
Hi, Ross. I'm Martin Tarbuck. I'm kind of a long-standing editor of Wigan Fanzine Mudhutter. Before that, I was involved with Cockney Latics. So it's my thing. Occasionally do podcasts with the Pie at night, although we've kind of dwindled a bit this year. We don't have time with all the games we're playing every 3 days. But long-standing Wigan fan since sort of mid-'80s. And that's me.
Always a pleasure, my friend. And let's get right into the game then for this Tuesday. Let's get the lowdown on Wigan. Top of the league, Liam Richardson has done a fantastic job. Of course, this was going to be the big head-to-head between Paul Cook, Liam Richardson on Easter Monday. Of course, it's now Tuesday. Paul Cook's gone. Kieran McKenna's now in charge. Two young coaches going up against each other. Give us a lowdowner. Both lost on the weekend. We lost at Rotherham. You lost against Cambridge. So we got something in common. We both lost at home against Cambridge. Cambridge did a job on us. They did a job on you, it seems. Give us a lowdown on that game.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Easter fixtures and you think, well, Ipswich away is going to be a hard game. Cambridge at home should be easy 3 points, but it's not transpired that way. And Cambridge just did, like you said, they did a real job on us. I think we were just lacking in energy. We just didn't set out right. Richardson changed the formation. He went flat back four from a sort of a three with wing backs or flat back five, and they just got in our faces. And they looked a really good side. They had all the energy, whereas we looked leggy and tired and misplaced passes, and all the big players just didn't really show up. And before you know it, you're 2-0 down and you're chasing, and we did get back at them, and we could have sneaked a point at the end, but on paper, that's a game that we should have won, and it would have put us on 90 points and more or less home and dry.
Yeah, I think the game for Tuesday night, was always going to be maybe Wigan's promotion party / maybe even league title. Lifted the title there, but it seems like it may go to the wire really to see who's going to get promoted. Let's bring up the last Wigan 11 then against Cambridge. I mean, you said four at the back. Of course, the two names that stick out is Will Keane and Grant Edwards. I saw Grant Edwards got substituted at half time. Was it just because you were losing and Richardson needed to change things up, or was he just having a bad game, or did he come off injured?
I think it was both. We needed to change the formation back to how it was with wing backs and three at the back because it just wasn't working. But in addition to that, I don't think Edwards did much. I don't know if this stands with his time at Ipswich. He can be a really talented, cracking player on his day, but some games he's just not in them. And he's I don't think he's lacking in heart or ability or anything like that. He's just typical winger, drifts in and out. And if you think he's probably taken the place of James McLean, who got injured a few weeks ago, he's been a massive loss, and he's got big boots to fill there. And I know he divides opinion, shall we say, James McLean, but at this level, even though he's 32 years of age, he's injuries aside, he's fit as a fiddle, and we've really missed him. And that's probably we managed for a while, but I don't know whether that's maybe one of the reasons why we're weakened. I mean, we're not a one-man team, but McLean's been missed, and Edwards has been given an opportunity there to fill that gap and get a run in the team, and he's not really taken it. And I think a lot of the fans would have liked to have seen Stephen Humphries on, either instead of McGuinness or as well as McGuinness, because Humphries is, he's like a little terrier. Well, he's really big now. He's been working out. He was at Rochdale, and he's not seen as an out-and-out centre forward because he's not big and bulky enough. But he is quite a big, strong lad, and he's powerful, and he'll run at defenders. And you may as well put a forward out on the wing rather than a winger who's just kind of drifting in and out. And he was drifting to the middle. He was looking for the ball, but he didn't get any of it. And yeah, similarly, Will Keane, he must have had his quietest game for ages, and you don't know what's going on there, whether he's tired or struggling or he just had an off day. Because you consider his injury career, which I'm sure Ipswich are all too familiar with, and just generally, he's scored more goals this season than he has in the previous 10 or what have you, because even a spell at Wigan on loan where he didn't exactly flat himself, but this year he's been playing predominantly as number 10, and he seems to excel in that role, both link-up play and arriving late into the box and scoring headers, and he's been in the form of his life, but he just was not in the game. And I think I did pay attention. I mean, Cambridge were marking him quite closely. And Lang, for example, was having a field day down the right-hand side compared to Keane. But it was just unfortunate with Lang. A lot of things didn't come off. he got booked for diving early, which with hindsight I think probably was a dive. And then I think he was genuinely fouled and he didn't get given. And so I mean, Lang is and always has been the danger man. But when we've had Lang, Keane, McLean, and even McGuinness, and a few others like Power as well on the pitch, we've got kind of options everywhere, players who can create problems. But too many big players went missing on Saturday. And like I said, Edwards came in, didn't do much. Keane, obviously, very subdued game. Don't know what was going on. McGuinness just relies on service, and the crosses were going all over the shop, straight out of play or overhit and things like that. So there was nobody really in the game who took it by the scruff of the neck, and that's why we struggled. So yeah, I don't know whether we keep with Edwards. We've not got a lot of other options. Keane, you'd expect to play, assuming he's fit, but whether he's, again, will he be quiet on Tuesday because he's struggling, he's got niggling injuries, or he's just knackered basically. I don't know, but he doesn't always have to have a brilliant game to make an impact. Like I said, he seems to have a habit of popping up and scoring crucial goals. But what more do you want,
Yeah, I was a big fan of Will Keane when he was with us, and unfortunately he just had injuries and he wasn't played in the right position. And a lot of Town fans are so frustrated that he's doing so well at Wigan. He's like, oh, that's what could have had. If we signed him on a longer term deal, he could be doing this for us, and maybe we've been in the playoffs. But it is what it is. And Gwion Edwards, I repeat what you said. He has flashes of brilliance, but it also does disappear, and he's very inconsistent. But it'll be interesting to seeing how they'll get on when they go to Portman Road. What sort of game can we expect then from Liam Richardson's side? We played each other early in the season. It was a 1-1 draw. Of course, we had a caretaker manager in charge at the time. Now we've got Kieran McKenna in charge. A lot of positivity at Portman Road at the moment. But what can we expect from a Wigan side coming away from home?
Yeah, our away form has been really good. The last away game wasn't good at Burton. They were just Burton. Every time we play them, you get a hard game, and they're very tough to break down. They never give up. In much the same sense as Cambridge. I think at kind of the bigger clubs, and I don't know what it is. Probably about a Tuesday night. It's going to be. You've still got a big crowd behind you, and like you say, you're probably in transition. Looking forward to next season. So I'm not sure how much we will show up. I mean, we have showed up to a lot of games, but we've showed up at a lot of the maybe smaller clubs. I mean, Plymouth, we turned up there and won, but I think it can be. I really don't know how much time this is going to be a factor. I wouldn't be in any sense confident, but. Yeah, I always think that the player on away days is James McLean. He seems to thrive off the hostility and the atmosphere. Yeah. We've got him missing. We've got Callum Lang as well. We've got Will Keane. We've been traditionally very solid at the back. We have gone 3 at the back, and we've just concentrated on stifling the opposition and then trying to break away. But we've been playing some good stuff, and we're almost more attacking away than we are at home. But I just envisage a tough game, and we just don't know how tired those legs are and whether they can pick themselves up again. I mean, in one sense, it could be typical Wigan to sort of lose at home to Cambridge and then go to Ipswich and win. But as I say, Easter is when promotions are won and lost, and we've not had a good Easter, and Rotherham have suddenly come back into the mix again. And, interestingly, MK Dons are playing the same night. So we can make the job easy by actually going out and winning and just having a really big 90 minutes, or we can be looking over our shoulder again, which is exactly what we were on Saturday night. And God bless Barry Bannon and Sheffield Wednesday for that.
What a goal that was from him, and that's sometimes what you want some of your players to do: just take a shot, have a hit, son. And what a goal it was! And well, Martin, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Any other final notes? What is your prediction? It's a must-win game, really, for you guys. You're still looking pretty up the top, but I think you just want to cement that promotion, getting that win there.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few good games at Ipswich. I've been down. I'm not going tomorrow, but I've been a few times when Leighton Baines scored that worldie. And we also had another one, a 3-1 where I think Gary Teal and we had Nathan Ellington plays like that. So yeah, but I just see it as it's going to be a tough game, because I know in theory you've got nothing to play for, but your players are going to want to put on a show where the fans will. You'll demand it basically, and it'll just be it won't be easy for us. So you say must win, but I think it's probably going to be like a 1-1 draw is the best we can hope for. And I just hope we don't lose again, because otherwise it really will be, squeaky bum time. We might actually have enough points already, but you know, it's you want to win the title, don't you, if you can, not just get promoted. And if we finish third, we may as well finish seventh, because we're just awful in the playoffs. We've got a terrible record. So yeah, I'll say 1-1. I think maybe Callum Lang will score. He was a bit off the boil, and he's another one. If McLean's not performing, Lang is the one to probably squeeze a goal away from home.
Indeed. Yeah, well, Martin, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you very much for joining me. Bring on Tuesday night under the lights at Portman Road, and yeah, thanks again.
Cheers, Ross. See you later. All the best.